I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the feeling on COVID-19 or coronavirus, and that's what we collectively are facing. It's a stressful time, there's uncertainty, there's loss, and there's a fear about the future. Let's all focus on our families, our friends, our neighbors, and our communities, and follow to keep social distance as per WHO guidelines and work on social learning through the remote tools available with us, like remote meetups or events or any virtual talks, all that. Now let's go to listen today's intro, and then we will come back to our topic of the day, which is digital transformation expectation versus reality. What are the expectations from digital transformation, and how or what is happening on the reality side?
Welcome to the OTech Talks podcast, where it's all about working on technologies. You will hear the latest tech information, and your host, Kashif Manzoor, brings together product overviews, how-tos, best practices, tips and tricks, and troubleshooting techniques.
Welcome to OTechTalks.tv. This is a session number 63, and we will be talking on our today's topic, which is digital transformation expectations versus reality. If you're new to the show, Open Tech Talks is your weekly sandbox for technology insights, experimentation, and inspiration with the primary objective of learning and sharing. And today's our topic is on the digital transformation, which we are doing as part of number of sessions from starting very basics of the digital transformation. And now in this session, we reach to how we are going to discuss the expectations, what expectations we have or as the businesses have from the digital transformation, and how the reality, what are the challenges, what's happening on the reality side. I'll talk about on with COVID-19 or coronavirus, how as a brand you will be managing the expectation of customers from this global COVID corona issue. And then some of the few rules will help you work more productively at home. So this session has two parts. One is first is on the digital transformation, and then the second part we will be covering on some of the thoughts, some of the knowledge, some of the sharing on some rules to improve the productivity at home, which I'm also following up because we all are most of them are working from home for our organizations. Now let's go to the digital transformation. That's our today's topic. And if you're new to the show again, and even you are new to the digital transformation, then my suggestion is just go to otechtalks.tv. Under the podcast, you will have more than 20 sessions on the digital transformation, which are starting from very basics, and then it's taking into different dimensions, different topics in each episode. Now we understand digital transformation opens up a gap in between the expectations created by your digital vision and the physical reality of what can be delivered to the people that keeps your business alive, customers, shareholders, employees, and other stakeholders. This gap between expectations and delivery capabilities or reality capabilities is because digital transformation is fundamentally different from organizations' past experiences with this transformation. The technologies are disruptive, and the changing which organizations need to do to digitally transform maybe a talent model, maybe mindsets, policies, processes, and procedures. So it's covering the entire business model, business operations, customer experiences. And these changes are not easy. And they don't come a lot once that, okay, I'm gonna do it in one time. They're completely unknown to a lot of businesses. And then once you start, then they start unfolding over maybe a multi-year journey that, okay, you're going to start from business transformation from a operations point of view or a business model point of view. All this is varies. How long do you have to save your businesses from the competition, from the market without digital transformation? That's a challenge. And I have found some of the statistics from one of the blog, and I'll put it in the show note blog. I didn't get the source of these statistics, but this blog, the writer has mentioned it. According to the World Bank, digital disruption puts 60 trillion of business is at risk of redistribution. That's a polite way of saying lost to new competitors by 2025. To give that some perspective, 60 trillion is nearly 300% greater than the entire US economy in 2018, based on IMF figures. The need for change is one thing, but how do you actually transform an organization? So new connected technologies have created a hyper-connected world with business models shifting and evolving to include a mix of products and services underpinned by monetization of vast amounts of available data. So all these are the different dynamics of the entire world which we never signed or we never encountered it. So how we are gonna do and achieve all these one? Now, as an end consumer, so whose sites have been raised, implies to have it, as an employee, I'm also a consumer. So I also expect from my company or your company, your organization, that how they want to engage with customers, they should also engage with employees. So that's how, it's become a center of digital transformation. And that's become imperative for all the organizations. The digital transformation, which is, if you will summarize it from a technology point of view, fueled by data from connected users and served devices, analyzed by AI, processed by RPA, optimized by intelligent automation or quantum-inspired solutions, informed by sector-specific insights or specialization, and then delivered as a crystallized insights. So you have to draw the two worlds together, the physical world and the digital world. Now, from a expectations point of view, what's happening in the world is growth of digital transformation where we are seeing it. And there are a number of statistics are published, surveys are done. So companies that earn 1 billion a year earn an additional 700 million over 3 years by investing in customer experience. By Qualtrics survey, and I will put all the surveys now, the headlines in the show notes. 56% of CEOs have said digital improvements have led to increased revenue. From a Gartner, digital mature companies are 23% more profitable than less than their mature peers. MIT, more than 50% of digital transformation efforts fizzled completely in 2018. Forrester research, 39% of outperforming companies have a fully integrated digital physical strategy. Digital first companies are 64% more likely to achieve their business goals than their peers. This is Adobe. 70% of companies either have a digital transformation strategy in place or working on one. The articles published on ZDNet. 21% of companies think they have already completed the digital transformation. Forrester. 40% of all digital technology spending in 2019 will go towards digital transformation or went into digital transformation. That's how executives say the top benefits of digital transformations are improved operational efficiency, 40%, faster time to market 37%, and the ability to meet customer expectations 35%. 60% of companies that have undergone a digital transformation have created new business models. So all these are the headlines which I will put in the show notes, the sources of those one. So it's mean, if you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. That's a famous quote. That's what digital transformation leading to the businesses. That okay, what they want to achieve, they need to stop doing it, and then they need to learn it. And then it's required definitely a winning or a bold investment on transformation. And there is another survey from McKinsey where they put, there is a clear return on digital investment, that the impact of digital boldness on revenue. And then what he said, they put in the show notes that who are making a bold decisions on the investment, they are growing 11% more on the revenue growth compared to their peers. And then digital initiatives ROI is more than cost of the capital. So that's what their surveys are based on. The investment need to be selective. Then there are some caveats. There are some points to that one. That okay, you need to be selective. You need to be choosing where you're putting the investment on digital transformation. But the clear thing is that it requires a bold investment in transformation. Prioritize digital and make bold strategic investment to win. You need to be selective on where you are putting on the digital transformation, and that's where we covered in an earlier session the maturity model, the digital maturity, which are the discovery of your business. And then you can go onto the show notes, and then you can find out another session on the digital maturity model, that how you're gonna do that one. So all these are leading to the situation where you need to have a digital transformation, the clear impacts, what are the benefits to digital transformation. And then I'm just comparing the expectation versus the reality, but if you go in a detailed way, where you need to, what are the benefits of digital transformation, which we covered in session number 41, and even why digital transformation is required, session 40. And what is digital transformation? Learning the basics. That's a session number 39. So all these sessions gives you the fruit or the breadth of the knowledge which is required, that what is expectation from the digital transformation and how organizations are achieving it. Now, if we will go into the reality part, which is what is happening on the front of digital transformation. And there is a harsh reality. So many digital transformation projects are also failing. And there are some statistics on that just 19% of companies have a customer experience team that helps bridge gaps in the business. Then fewer than 30% of companies, technology vendors, are actively involved in their digital transformation. Only, of the 1.3 trillion spent on digital transformation in 2018, an estimated 900 billion was wasted when initiatives didn't meet their goals. 70% of digital transformations fail, most often due to resistance from the employees. Digital transformation and focus on customer experience can generate 20 to 30% increase in customer satisfaction and economic gains of 20 to 50%. Now, organizations, whoever currently trying to keep up with the front runners and digital disruptors by delivering a seamless digital experience to their customers, may need to rethink their digital transformation strategies. What are their focus areas? In a McKinsey global survey on digital transformations, more than 8 in 10 respondents say their organizations have undertaken such efforts in the past 5 years. Yet success in this transformation is proving to be elusive. While in their earlier research, they found fewer than 1/3 of organizational transformations succeed at improving a company's performance and sustaining those gains. The listed results find that the success rate of digital transformation is even lower. So all these are the realities. So maybe the characteristics which need to put into practice are leadership, building blocks, empowering workers, upgrading tools, communications. All these, they improves to the success rate of digital transformations. And another research from IDG that finds that 51% of organizations have stalled or even abandoned parts of their transformation initiatives because of challenges they faced. This is a painful reality. Because large-scale change programs don't reach their stated goals. And common pitfalls are the challenges which are lack of employee engagement, inadequate engagement support, poor or non-existent cross-functional collaboration, lack of accountability. There are so many on the challenges of the digital transformation, and I think which we covered it in another session. There are another researchers from Accenture, an article published in HBR, Harvard Business Review, on the two big reasons that digital transformations fail. Now, we understand from the different analysis reports or surveys that the digital transformations are failing. Now, why those transformations are failing? Now, the two main points which they identified: plenty of cash is flowing into digital initiatives at large. Industrial companies, in fact, the executives we surveyed, that the researchers which published an article on HBR, that they surveyed recently 1,350 of these businesses globally reported investments in digital reinvention totaling more than 100 billion between 2016 and 2018. And the problem is that the expected results often fail to materialize. Most of the leaders they surveyed, companies representing 17 countries and 13 industries, reported poor returns on their digital investments. The primary reason: unsuccessful efforts to scale digital innovations beyond early pilot work. And then they gave take one sportswear brand that bet big on customization. This company spends heavily on robotics, machine learning, and 3D printing at a new manufacturing plant. It wanted to give customers the option of ordering personalized athletic shoes and getting them fast. Leadership hoped for a win that would fuel transformation across its other manufacturing locations, but operations and new technologies never meshed, and rapid production proved to be illusory. After 3 years, the company shut down the facility. This is what I'm just quoting as it is from the HBR. And then another article published on CNBC titles "The $900 billion reason GE, Ford, and P&G failed at digital transformation." And if you go in more detail, what they wrote it, despite its critical importance, a surprising number of transformation efforts are failing, even at some of the world's most profitable, innovative organizations. Last year alone, companies spent $1.3 trillion into transformation initiatives, 70% of which was wasted on failed programs at companies like GE, Ford, and Procter & Gamble. Among those that didn't fail outright, only 16% saw improvements in their performance and ability to sustain change over the long haul. Even for digital-first industries like high-tech, media, and telecom, only 26% saw success. So there's a lot of written on that one, and now, you need to divide it, that, okay, what is happening on that front? Why those things are failing? Now, if we'll go into the positive side of that one and the reality, and that's the survey from a World Economic Forum and Accenture analysis published in a digital transformation initiative, maximizing the return on digital investments, in May 2018. And they used data from 16,000 organizations, and they found that there is an overall positive return on investment although most of the gains are clustered among industry leaders. These early adopters saw a 70% productivity increase compared to just 30% for industry followers. These percentages are very based on industry segment. We can say digital transformation as a matter of disruptor be disrupted. Consider the emergent digital business models are a principal reason why half the Fortune 100 companies from 2000 have disappeared from these, rankings. As per the report published in Digital Disruption has only just begun by World Economic Forum in 2016. So based on these, and then in another report in 2019, Global Digital Transformation Benefits Report by Schneider Electric, this report puts forth concrete evidence of the power of digitalization across the spectrum of energy management and automation. The report analyzed 330 data points from 230 customers, making a strong case for organizations to move beyond considerations of digital transformation and into action. Digital transformation and disruptive innovations have gone from being vague futuristic concepts to immediate term action items on senior leaders, strategic agendas, and as we are observing from different reports of Schneider Electric and World Economic Forum. So there are positive angles to that one, positive points to that one. And over thousands of business decision makers, 98% agree that the delivery of digital services is critical to successful organization. They're encountering the challenges. There are challenges in each and every organization. There's not easy path to that one. But there is a road, there is a success, there is a clear differentiation or clear competitive edges there on all these business transformation projects. Now, what I would suggest you that if you want to go in more detail, then you need to read session 44, what are the challenges in digital transformation, and session 45, how to overcome digital transformation challenges. And in another session, where 46, we spoke on the major challenge of digital transformation about the culture. And then you need to also listen another session, that's 43, what other organizations are doing to achieve digital transformation, how you can copy, how you can take what organizations are doing to achieve it. So if we gonna summarize our conclusion or the today's session on the reality and expectation, what we observed and witnessing that organizations in all the industries and regions are experimenting with and benefiting from digital transformation, whether it is in the way individual work can collaborate, or maybe a business processes are executed, or maybe organizational boundaries, or the way company understands and services to customer. Digital technology is providing a wealth of opportunity to those willing to change their businesses to take advantage of it. And the pressure from the competition, from the market is increasing. This pressure is coming to the executives from employees and customers because they want a new demand, a new ways of working, new ways of response. And as the competitors are entering into the market, they are more digitally enabled. So that's why you as a business need to transform. Now, definitely, you need to define some key steps, which we are observing from our personally my experience, that you need to take certain rational decisions on that one. And those can be designed into 3 key areas. You need to envision the digital future for your organization. That's very important. Without envisioning, you cannot go it. What assets will be available in a digitally transformed business? How can you transform customer experience, internal operations, your business model? How can unit works differently and work together differently in a more connected way? How your business departments, business units, different divisions can work together. That's where you are going to envision the digital future for your organization. And the second is invest in digital transformation initiatives. Are you getting all the values out of your previous technology and platform investments, like in ERP or HCM or supply chain or any emerging technologies or analytics or IoT or blockchain? If not, what is necessary to get the foundations right? Where are the key investments areas that will maximize the contribution to the new vision? Can you de-risk some of the investments through experimentations and control testing? What skills are missing in your digital transformation initiatives? Do you need to hire new executives, retrain frontline employees, or partner with another organization to gain capabilities? And then lead the change from the top in your organization. And if you see from the reasons of failure, this is one of the primary reasons. How do you communicate the vision and engage the organization on a large scale? How do you monitor engagement? What process do you have in place to iterate the vision and strategy? How do you coordinate investments and activities across silos? What is the best organizational model to coordinate digital initiatives in parallel to the core business? What KPIs and metrics do you need to put in place to monitor the progress of your digital transformation towards your strategic goals? And we have already covered another session on how you will measure that, how you will make sure that you have achieved the digital transformation. That in the session number 52. What mechanism do you use to make the necessary adjustments? These are the fundamental questions and the actions you need to do to avoid the trap of the digital transformation initiatives which are leading to failures. Rather than you need to go and then you need to be the organization which is successful organization on these initiatives. Digital transformation requires skills and influence that only senior leaders can pass down to the organization. That's where you need to create a transformative vision with a clear and compelling reason for your organization. And then you need to mindfully consider what are parts of your organization will or should move and why and when, so that you can execute them. And that can be done by putting a digital maturity model in place, the discovery of your organization. And based on from the digital maturity, then you can take the actions which are required to run your organization for a digital organization. I just want to say, ditch the old analytics, forget about all those, and you need to don't let the challenges your business faces in your digital world become a roadblock. Instead, face them head on and find innovative solutions to your problems that fuel success for years to come. Over to you for the digital transformation journeys and practices. Now we will move to our second part of the session. I'm realizing that this session is going to be a long session, and I want to talk on that one because there are second part of this session is which we want to discuss on that one as an organization, what you're gonna do to improve as your brand, as your organization, that okay, how you will pass the message due to coronavirus to your organization, to your customers, because that's also important, very important from that angle point of view. So you need to have a clear, and we don't know this coronavirus is the way we're shifting wouldn't be clear for months, maybe a years. And here customers have expectations and how brands and customers engage. Customers, I think, looking from four things from brand: conversations, so that they want a more human conversation when there is a clear exchange of information, knowledge, and understanding. And then I'm also a customer for a lot of organizations, brands. It's a journey where we want and expect a multi-channel journey with a clear next steps and a clear outcome. We want to have from brands understand and apply context as a component of experience, and then a satisfaction that how you're feeling, how you're ensuring the rules for which are being broadcast by WHO, so that you as an organization is trustful and you're ensuring that whatever service you're providing, you are making sure that your customers are in the front line. And maybe you also need to, as an organization, as a brand, you need to clearly communicate to your customers. And in my personal experience, I started seeing it from last 2 or 3 days. A lot of organizations or the big brands started sending emails with their clear, cleanliness or the virus controlled actions or the procedures which they're following up. And then maybe due to business and the new world of reality, you need to reset your goals and targets. Maybe you need to review your business plan, and you need to give a new channel to your customers so that they can have reach new channel or new medium. If you're not doing online, maybe you need to start delivering it. And COVID-19, there's no doubt it's resulting in global health crisis, and it has a significant disruption at every aspect of life and daily life. And it has resulted declaration of many government emergencies, travel bans, closed borders, runs on consumer products, closure of schools, businesses, restrictions on public gatherings, and many more. All these shocks to the economy will likely be long, lasting as the delicate balance across the global supply chain are disrupted. And the relationship with customers completely changed as customers either stay away or shift to being purely digital. Like entertainment, restaurants, travel, hospitalities have been completely changed. And it's gonna be, hopefully, very quickly, we're gonna go back to normal, our life. And let's all pray to God that bless us, all of us, and then we will cope this challenge of uncertainty with all of us. Now, some of the other productivity tips which I'm following up because working from home, maybe you need to set a working hours that, okay, from this to that, you're going to be working. It's not like that, okay, you'll be working all time, every evening, night, and morning. And then we need to have some finished work routine that, okay, what we are going to do it. That, okay, and maybe you need to find some place in your home where you're going to be focusing on it, and then starting with some task and then finishing it. And then if you have small kids, then you have another challenge because their schools are closed and they're also at home. So there's a balance, you need to maintain it. And then you also need to, put some breaks and movements. Maybe you need to go, social distance need to be kept it, but maybe you need to have some walk or maybe some exercise so that, you need to you will be able to make sure that your productivity is at a high level. And then definitely when you're putting your some time blocks, then you need to respect them. You need to ensure that you're working 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, and then you're making sure to stop that one. And then also you need to manage the expectations of friends and family. That's the biggest challenge working from home, because your family is there, your kids are there, so how you're gonna make sure that what they expect and what you're gonna do, there's a very, very thin line between that, which you need to make sure to cope that one. And there's so many online tools are available, so you can follow them, and then you can practice. Use them. So thank you so much. With this, I'm done, and with this a new era of our living with the coronavirus, let's focus on some of the opportunities, some of the good things which we will have during this time, and hopefully we will be getting over very soon from this challenge as a whole global citizens of this world. And thank you so much for listening to this podcast and sharing your feedback with me. We will keep learning and improving ourselves. And this topic is in continuation of our digital transformation. Now, I have got some of the feedback from you that maybe there were some other focus areas they were asked that maybe I need to focus on that one. And then I'm just gonna take some time to, think that, okay, shall we continue the digital transformation, more topics on it, or maybe we will start other topics, other areas of technology along the digital transformation, and then we will keep doing it when we will get into some of the new topics on digital transformation. Thank you so much. Have a blessed, and please keep sharing your feedback on otechtalks.tv. And I would also like you to please, if you're listening on iTunes, rate it, so that give some rating, that it will improve the show rating. And share your feedback to me on any social channel or through the email. That will help me to improve and then work on it, so that we can have a joint session on the sole purpose of learning.
Thanks for listening to the OTech Talks podcast, and be part of Tech Talks at otechtalks.tv. It's a turf to share ideas, insights, and innovations.